Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Tuesday, March 14th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Trading with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. Walmal, we have some red news coming up at the bottom of the hour, so we thought we'd do another trading video to let the traders see what we see, or I guess see what we saw and what we do with it.
Yeah, it's I'm a sit on my hands type of person right this moment, but we'll just wait for this news to drop. It's dropping like in about 5 minutes, something like that, pretty close to 5 minutes. But if you look at the 1 minute chart, we've got this setup right now of a flip-flop box. We've got two red dots or magenta dots. We had three, but one against us. But this market seems like it wants to go up. The reason why I say that is because you'll notice that at least for the last hour, what it's done is it's gone and put those magenta dots in like it's going to go and fall, and then all of a sudden just turns around and goes back the other way. So for whatever reason, the market wants to go up. Maybe that's news driven, people expecting something to happen during the news. I'm not sure. But I wouldn't be shorting here right now just because of, past experience over the last hour and a half, whatever that may be. Just watching the market, and I said something in the video yesterday, and nothing wrong, but just more, I think, maybe a little bit of clarification on that. And as when we have these methods, and you have your rules and whatever, one of the things you got to do is not only have your rules, but you also need to go and look left and see what has happened in the recent past. If it's the type of thing where you're just seeing that, hey, a particular line is holding, or a particular area is holding, or there's lots of wicks in a particular direction. You got to take those things into consideration. At least I do. Now statistically, you could be the monkey, okay, and just literally take every single trade on every single setup that comes out there, and statistically, you will win out. There's no question about it. But for me, I know I can't take all those trades. I'm just not physically able to, and so I got to go and sort of maybe, I don't want to say put an edge on my side as much as just go and be a little bit more picky about it. Now, at the same time, if you're a new trader, take every single trade that you see. Maybe minimize the minimize the amount that you're trading, and secondarily, trade one method. Don't when I say take every trade you see, I don't mean take a flip-flop box, take a wick trade, take a this trade, take a that trade. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is with whatever method you've settled in on, if you get a signal for it, take the trade, note what you did, look at it at the end of the day, and see why it worked, why it didn't work. Is there something that you can see on the chart that's saying, hey, you know what, if I hit some type of resistance or some type of whatever over here, it just doesn't work out very well for me very often. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. And just keep that in mind.
Right. And the other thing might want to add to that is, you have to, when you're looking left, you have to determine, what is the market doing in terms, is it ranging or is it quote unquote trending? Anybody that have watched my videos over the years know I hate the word trend because of, you look at one time frame, it's doing one thing. You look at a different time frame, it's doing something else. So that's why I like to use the word bias. But you'll see that the market will usually put in a level, then move up or down, and then put in another level. Either they'll call it either accumulation or distribution, but it just basically, it'll just move like that. So when you're looking for a reversal, it's like, well, if the market's been steadily moving up, then it's going to need to consolidate a little bit, and then it'll come down. And that's what you kind of see happening right now. And the other thing, Walmal, on my chart, on the 1 minute chart, on the 1417 bar, the 1418 bar gapped up. You have gap up on your
No, I do
broker?
not.
Yeah. That's the
I
one
don't.
thing. Yeah, because you called out a couple of magenta dots, and on my chart, I have aqua dots. It's just
Okay.
interesting how, brokers really differ on the Forex market.
Yep. Exactly right. It's kind of strange how that. Hey, well, I guess it's not all that strange, but it's just amazing how that just tends to happen. And so I think that gets back down to something that you say all the time.
Oh, by the way,
Is that
news in less than 30 seconds. You want to
yeah,
put in your guesstimate? What happens?
it's going to go one way and then it's going to go the other way.
Yeah, but which way? You think it's going to go up or down?
I I think it's I think that they kind of are faking people out by bringing it up like it did. Although we're still a down day.
Here we
Just on my
go.
charts. Oh, there's the down. Bam.
Yeah, that was a huge down. Yeah, my screen's frozen. It's,
Yeah, mine too. I was in a trade and I'm trying to get out of it right now, and it's just not taking me out.
wow, look at that. It is just sitting there. You got any motion yet?
I got lots of motion. It's just that what's happening is that I'm not getting. It's just not taking me out of my trade, which is really ticking me off.
Unsettling?
But
That's really unsettling, is what that is.
yep, well, that's ridiculous. It finally took me out, but I was actually up 20 pips, and it took me out with a minus 15 pips.
No, wow.
It just, and it sat there for a good, I don't know how long. Oh, that is so stinking annoying. But what am I going to do? I can't do anything about it.
One broker, it went down to 43. On the other one, it went all the way down to 33.
Yeah, I got down to, what did I get down to on this 1 minute? Oh, man. I got all the way down to 36. But I punched out, okay, at 50. And, that's where I punched out. And it got me out basically, at, I want to go, actually, it's worse than what I said originally. It got me out at 69. So
Wow.
I took a big loss on that one. And I think that's a valuable lesson for people that it went through that. That's the problem with trading news sometimes. It's just, it happens like that, and you just get, blasted. And, and if there's nobody on the other side to take the order, or if the broker just can't keep up with the orders, and that's sometimes what happens too. Their computer systems just can't keep up with it. Well, then you wind up in a mess like I did. You know, Luckily I already had, 40 pips for the day, so now I'm down to having 21 pips for the day. But luckily I had that in the bank, as kind of a backup, and it is what it is. And what I did there, just so everybody knows, is that I had a feeling that this thing was going to shoot down, and even if the market goes up, it will shoot down first, and so that's why I put that trade on. And I tried to set my TP at something reasonable, but it just didn't work out for me. It is what it is.
Well, it's just weird. I got one broker's quoting me 77, and the other one's quoting me 96. It's just
Yeah,
like,
I've got 77 myself on my broker. But actually, I got 77 on both my brokers, 79 on both my brokers right now. But so what do we do now? You know, that's the real question. If we're a trader, what do we do now? Well, what do I do right now? I wait for this thing to settle out a little bit, you know, and wait to see what it does, you know. Um, you know, for me, I personally don't want to trade this because you know it's going to go and who knows if it's going to continue to flake out and do strange and weird stuff or if it's going to finally settle down, you know. And so all of the methods, you know, that I trade anyway, the reality is the statistics don't help you in this because there's too much volatility, at least in my opinion. What do you think about that?
well, the thing is when, you know, when you got a chart that's just sitting there and not doing anything like this is a time when you just stand aside. I mean, you know,
Yep.
I had a hunch to put on a short, but I'm glad I didn't. I couldn't have done anything with it. I mean, unless I had the TP already set. But then, like you said, does it honor it? Now, this other broker of mine is just now it's just going crazy. It just ran all the way down to 71. Now it's almost like it's actually doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It would have been
Check
nice
this
to have
out.
a short at the 122 though, the double O.
Well, that's where I had I had my short not quite up to 122. I put a pending order up there at at 2195 is where I put a pending order up there, and it took it, and then you know then it it just went crazy, and they wouldn't let me out. But it is what it is.
Now this like I said, my screen chart just dropped down to 50. It's like I don't know if it's too much data for the computer to update, but this is awful.
Yep. Or is it too much data for the broker to go and actually deal with it?
Okay, so we just hit the launch pad, went all the way down to 49. Now it's moving up. Look at that, back up to 60. Holy cow. But I'm looking at my phone, which is sitting on a different broker. Now this one, these candles are painting. They're not even, the price isn't even moving.
Yeah, my price is finally moving again. It was painting for a long time, but now it's actually finally moving around.
It was funny. Before we got on the phone, I said, you know what? I'm not going to trade and I'll probably regret it. It's like, no, that was a smart thing. I'm not regretting it at all.
Right. It's good. It's a good thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, sometimes just playing this news game, sometimes it's just not worth it. You know, because I don't want to go and say that the brokers are playing games. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But I think sometimes, you know, we we think technology is better than it really is. And if you just get an overwhelming number of orders all at the same time, they can't deal with it. You know, they're not able to go and deal with all those orders at the same time.
Right.
You know,
And fellow traders, the fastest 15 minutes in trading is over once again. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. So, I hope you might have learned something today when not to trade because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.